Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I want to introduce to you Traditional Foods Month this April at Keeper of the Home. You know, traditional foods are a really interesting and controversial topic because unfortunately many of them get a bad rap in conventional nutrition. Think about whole fat raw dairy, red meat, butter, eggs. These are villainous foods according to the so-called nutritional wisdom of the day. Now, I'm known as a bit of a health nut in real life, and I find that really interesting because when I explain the way that we eat to people, I feel like I need to make a lot of disclaimers about why we eat, what we eat. Yes, we eat fat, we eat a lot of red meat, butter and coconut oil, both saturated fats, are consumed daily around here. We buy eggs by the case, we drink a lot of raw milk. Now, of course, we eat a lot of vegetables and whole grains and beans, and certainly we avoid packaged and processed foods. But in general, I don't think that we would match up with a modern view of healthy eating. You know, traditional foods are truly misunderstood in today's society. We'd like to think that we know a lot about what it means to be healthy because we live in the scientific age where we analyze everything and we really focus in on specific nutrients. Look at packages in the store today and everything is about omega-3s and vitamin C and antioxidants and fiber. But somehow today's nutritional thought has completely missed the boat. If we're honest with ourselves, there's nothing increasingly healthy about our culture. In fact, the health of our culture is really going down the drain. Cancer, diabetes, heart disease, infertility, asthma, autoimmune disorders, you name it, we've got it. Now, last year I read a book that I'll discuss more as this month goes on. It's called Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. It was written by a dentist named Weston Price in the 1940s. What he did was he explored the physical health and the dietary habits of isolated and primitive people groups all over the world. He went to Africa, to the outer Scottish Islands, the South Seas, northern Canada and Alaska, the Australian Aborigines, and many others. What Dr. Price found was that these cultures were primarily free of the modern diseases and of dental decay, and instead they were strong and robust and exceptionally healthy people. Why? Because of the traditional foods that they consumed, rather than the industrial and processed foods that were becoming increasingly popular and tearing down the health of modern man everywhere else. This month we'll be looking in detail at traditional foods, what they are, why they're beneficial, how we should eat them. It will probably fly in the face of conventional nutritional thought and theory, but I hope that you'll agree with me that considering the health of our culture as it is, maybe it's time we considered some different ways of doing things. You know, I've been studying health and nutrition for about 7 years now. The longer I do so, the more that these unrefined, raw, whole, ancient, nutrient-dense traditional foods make so much more sense to me. I have personally experienced their benefits in my own life, and I've seen them in the life of my family. And I am really grateful to God that He would allow me to learn about these things and that He would give us these gifts of nourishing foods to sustain us and our children. You know, when you hear the term traditional foods, I'm really curious what that means to you. Do you think that past generations knew something about maintaining health that we as a society have lost today? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I hope that you'll join us this month for Traditional Foods Month here at Keeper of the Home.